It is estimated that 16,000 associates will be impacted by the decision to close hundreds and hundreds of store locations, 10,000 of them in the U.S., who will either be terminated with 60 days of pay or relocated to other nearby locations or just not have a job at all. More Walmart stores will be closing locations due to inflation and high theft.
When? Huh? You gonna pay for it?
Excuse me.
Wanted to get it right, trying to find some balance in my life.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is for you. Welcome back to the channel. Cousins, how are y'all doing today on this Saturday? I wanted to bring you this story. I was just scrolling and I said, let me put some things together because I have constantly been doing store closures, Walmart, Kroger, and on and on and on. But this right here is just basically a reminder for some. And hey, I didn't know because I just subscribed to your channel for others. So let's jump right into it. Before we do, please take the moment to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel because we would love to have you here on Tommy Bites Homestead. And let's get into the story. So what is really happening with Walmart right now? They're going through a time. So it's a couple of things I'm going to touch on. I'm going to touch on the store closings, but I'm also going to touch on the shoplifting, the crime, and the possibility of more stores closing because of it. So if you didn't know, there were over 150 Walmart stores that were slated to be shuttered, meaning closed, this year and into next year. I've given you most of those stories, and I have a playlist that I put together that I will leave in the description box and probably up above as well. Feel free to click on that after this video and check some of those stories out. So with that being said, that includes the supercenters, the Walmart marketplaces. So this story actually came about a few years ago. And when I did it, I didn't touch a lot on it, but it is still happening. So 269 Walmart Express locations will close. President CEO Doug McMillon says it's the best interest of the company that they are doing this. Competing with Target has come at a loss, and the company is trying to just maintain and catch up and keep up with Target's online. And that's why they are shuttering a lot of these stores so they can put more focus into their online. So let's get into what they are going to be doing. So they are going to be closing 102 Walmart Express stores, 23 neighborhood markets, 12 supercenters, 7 stores in Puerto Rico, 6 discount centers, and 4 Sam's Clubs before it's all done. Okay. Internationally, what they are doing is they are closing 115 stores, including 60 in Brazil, 55 in Latin America. So that brings me to what I said in the beginning of this story, is that the company estimates 16,000 associates will be impacted by the decision, 10,000 of them in the U.S., who will either be terminated with 60 days of pay or relocated to other nearby locations. So let's talk about Walmart potentially closing even more locations due to the inflation and due to high theft. So the CEO, once again, Doug McMillon, in a statement he was given to CNBC, he said that crime has gone up, more and more theft is taking place, more than last year. That being said, one or two things or both are going to happen. Either they are going to start closing locations due to it, or they're going to start raising prices due to it, or they're going to do both. And in my opinion, they're going to do both. They are going to close those locations who have high theft going on. meaning there's a lot of foot traffic. And yeah, we want to keep the stores because there's a lot of foot traffic, but that foot traffic is costing us because of shoplifting. So there's this thing going around, and not just Walmart, other retailers also are experiencing high theft. Okay, they're locking things away that normally would not be locked away, like steak.
Damn, man, Walmart out here locking up their steaks now. It's getting tough out here in these streets. You can't even go in the store and steal a nice steak without bringing your bolt cutters anymore. Oh, well.
It's funny, I came to a Walmart and I was like, yo, don't steal my steaks. Like, don't steal my steaks. Damn, boy. Can't even buy no meat. People stealing everything out here.
Chicken. I mean, usually they lock away the medications, but they're locking food up now, or they're putting those little buzzer things on the meats. That way it'll go off when people are leaving the store and didn't pay for it. That being said, I think some stores are now telling their employees, hey, if someone is stealing a bunch of stuff, let them go. Don't get into any kind of altercation with them in the store. Because one, that person could turn around and sue the store. That's one thing they're looking at also. There's a lot of videos floating around social media of people just walking straight out of these stores, not just Walmart, with packages of meat, buggies full of food. I don't know if you call it a cart or you call it a buggy. I'm either or with that, but people are leaving the store just like, hey, it's nothing. I can go in, get what I want, leave. No one's going to do anything. And it's almost like this unsaid thing that they already know they're not going to be stopped. But there were some that were stopped. But most companies are now telling their employees, hey, just stand back, let whatever happens happen, and we'll deal with it in the long run. But in the long run, they may be closing that particular store, because if it's a consistent thing that's happening, they're taking a loss. Millions of dollars are being lost. Prices are already through the roof with certain things. People already are facing moments of, well, do I take the chance in just, snagging a few items so I can feed my family? Or some people are just getting it to sell, to make money off of. But people are taking that chance, and it's only going to get worse. So be careful while you're out there shopping. For one, keep your head on a swivel, because we are shopping in dangerous times now. We don't know from day to day when we walk into that store how our experience is going to be within that store. Is there going to be a fight breaking out because someone's shoplifting and somebody wanted to stop them? Or, a stander-by might say, hey, what you doing? People do that. So you just have to keep your guard up when you're out there, because you don't want to be caught in the middle of that. So when I say things are not looking any better, things are really not looking any better. I mean, the best you can do is to set your family up for a win and not a fail, and get stocked up as much as you possibly can. Yes, you're going to pay a little to a lot more, but I'd rather pay a little bit more now than to pay a lot later, because prices will not be going down anytime soon. Check these little clips out right here of people stealing, because what? They don't have the money, as one lady said. I wouldn't be doing this if I had money. So people will do strange things when they are down and out, and dangerous things when they're down and out. Not that I need to do a voiceover over this. It's kind of self-explanatory. One woman has stolen a cart full of meat, ground beef, steak, etc. She's throwing it into a white vehicle that pulled up. The other woman pulls out her phone and starts recording, and then interjects herself into it by snatching the buggy, which could have turned violent. So I don't think that getting involved that close to a situation, like you could have recorded it and turned it in or whatever, but I would not put myself in danger over Walmart product. I would not do it.
I saw you see me see you.
You gonna pay for that?
Huh?
You gonna pay for that?
Yeah.
When?
Huh?
You gonna pay for it?
Excuse me. I'm set up for the asshole. Look at my soft asshole. Goddamn you.
Come on, bud.
Fuck off, asshole.
Come on.
Get out.
Come on.
Get out. Get out.
Take your shit and go. Fuck off.
You just jack up the price for everybody else because of you assholes.
As these two walked out of stores with bags full of clothes, no one approached them.
I'm not rich. I'm poor. I told you, if I had money, I'd never do this.
I'm the one that buys from the person that brings me the stuff. I sell it in Colombia.
Now, what that one woman did, I don't suggest doing that. You know, I don't suggest interjecting yourself into a situation that could potentially take your life over what? It is not worth it. It's almost like see and not see at the same time. There is no way I would have snatched anything from that person, snatched their mask off, none of that. Now, what she said was true, yes, is jacking the price up for us. The more you guys steal, the more, well, not you guys, but the more people steal, the more it jacks up the price for us. So, but don't put yourself in a compromising position. Share this video, hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next video. Let me know down in the comments what you think.